Welcome to Litrescue, where we dive deep into the world of literature.
Pygmalion by G.B. Shaw Act-wise Summary. Pygmalion, a play written by George Bernard Shaw, was first performed in 1913. The story revolves around Professor Henry Higgins, a phonetics expert, and Eliza Doolittle, a flower girl with strong Cockney accent. Higgins makes a bet with Colonel Pickering that he can transform Eliza into a refined lady who can speak and behave like a duchess within 6 months. The play explores themes of social class, transformation, and identity. Mythological reference. The title Pygmalion refers to a mythological figure from Ovid's Metamorphoses. In the myth, Pygmalion is a sculptor who falls in love with a statue he has carved. The statue is brought to life by goddess Aphrodite. Shaw's play parallels this myth in the sense that Higgins molds Eliza into a new person, akin to how Pygmalion shaped his statue into a living woman. Act 1. The play opens in Covent Garden, where flower girl Eliza Doolittle is selling flowers. Professor Henry Higgins, a phonetics expert, and Colonel Pickering, a fellow linguist, are observing her. Higgins boasts about his ability to transform anyone's speech and manners. Pickering bets Higgins that he cannot turn Eliza into a lady who can speak and act like a duchess within 6 months. Act 2. Higgins brings Eliza to his home and begins to teach her how to speak with an upper-class accent. Mrs. Higgins, his mother, is concerned about the experiment and Eliza's well-being. Despite the challenges, Eliza is determined to improve herself. Act 3. The Embassy Hall. Eliza, now transformed into a refined lady, attends an embassy ball with Higgins and Pickering. She successfully passes as a duchess, impressing everyone including Freddie Eynsford Hill, who falls in love with her. However, the experience leaves Eliza feeling uncertain about her identity and future. Act 4. Eliza returns to Higgins' laboratory after the ball, feeling disillusioned and confused about her place in society. She confronts Higgins and Pickering, demanding to be treated with respect. Eliza asserts her independence and decides to leave Higgins, indicating that she wants to make her own way in the world. Act 5. Eliza goes to Mrs. Higgins' home to seek advice. Higgins realizes that he has grown fond of her and begins to understand the emotional impact of his experiment. Eliza asserts her independence and refuses to return to her old life or becomes Higgins' protégé again. She leaves with a sense of self-worth and a plan to establish her own life. The play concludes with a note of ambiguity as Eliza's future remains open-ended, leaving the audience to reflect on the complexities of social identity and personal transformation. Here are the key themes. Social class. The play examines the rigid class distinctions in Edwardian society and how superficial qualities like accent and manners can affect one's social status. Transformation. The central theme is the transformation of Eliza from a flower girl to a lady, highlighting the impact of education and social expectations. Identity and self-worth. The play questions what it means to truly belong to a social class and the internal struggle of maintaining one's identity and external changes. About George Bernard Shaw. Background. George Bernard Shaw was an Irish playwright, critic, and a polemicist known for his wit and social critique. He was a major figure in the early 20th century theatre and a prominent advocate for social reform. Influence. Shaw was a leading member of the Fabian Society, which sought to promote socialism through gradual reform. His works often reflect his political beliefs and his desire to challenge societal norms. Legacy. Shaw's plays, including Pygmalion, are celebrated for their sharp dialogue, complex characters, and insightful commentary on social issues. Pygmalion remains one of his most famous works, showcasing his ability to blend humor with social critique.